All right, welcome in everybody. Last video of the night. You probably won't be seeing this until in the morning. Tonight's April 15th. On the screen is our TCP SuperSystem. Again, an amazing system that I developed 2 to 3 years in the making. I keep it free. I share it for free, basically, in the hopes that you'll help me grow the channel. Share, like, subscribe, whatever you can do. That way I can keep it free because it's extremely valuable and it's helped us make extraordinary gains. And I just want to share this with the ordinary people. Maybe it'll help you in your research efforts. The things that we share and the signals that we share are not financial advice. I have to put that disclaimer out there. We're just sharing how we use it, what we do, and hopefully you can leverage some of that information when in your research efforts, but not recommendations to buy or sell. So this is Ardor. Never heard of this chain until today. The only reason that we heard about this was I was looking at Coin Market Cap and it was on the list of trending tokens right here. It's number 2 on the screen. I had no idea what it is, but I can show you its profile just as well as you could go out there. But essentially, I guess it has a unique, innovative parent-child chain architecture that's supposed to be one of a kind. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't know much about this other than what's on the screen here. I don't see anything about the creators or who they are, so that always worries me when I don't see that. But I'm gonna do some research on this one, figure out what it is, who's behind it, the tokenomics behind it, inflation rate and all that, unlocks and all that. So all that's important. But I want to show you what this looks like on our super system, and this is what we typically share. But I'm going to switch to my view when I'm actually doing this for myself, because we have a little bit more data, different things down here at the bottom. So this is Ardor on the daily chart. And you can see, the yellow triangles are potential trend reversals. Yellow down are confirmed downtrends. Yellow label ups are uptrends. But you can see it showed there's a potential uptrend. It got a confirmed downtrend. But I want you to look at the diamonds, because as in all our videos, dark green diamonds and dark red diamonds are generally the most opportunistic areas to consider evaluating for potential entry, exits, scale in, scale outs, whatever your strategy may call for. It doesn't necessarily mean you should buy it. It could go lower, but these are typically great areas. Now this one, I mean, look at this. It fell significantly. It all started firing, and now just look at this. I mean, so nasty. So you could have nailed that. And now this ought to be pretty interesting. So these are the hot sensors on a short time frame, medium time frame, long term. And you can see again in the red zones, most opportunistic areas. But what do you notice on the upside? We're also in a red zone now. So most opportunistic areas to consider evaluating opportunities to scale out. And we have significant deviations in our mean reversion, well above the extreme zones. But here's the kicker. We have seen these things go this high and then trend over this well above these extremes for a long period of time. So this thing could continue running for whatever reason. I'll have to do more research again, but as long as this red line stays above the red opportunity or the red exit zone, and especially above the extreme zones, this thing could run. But like I said, when I see things go from 4 cents to, where is it now? 14. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be greedy. Now, we don't own this. Like I said, I've never heard of this token until now, so don't know much else about it. So other than that, I'm going to share a couple things that we shared on our LinkedIn, because we typically do that on a daily basis or every other day whenever we see relevant things. So look for Trim Capital on our LinkedIn page, and I'll go over that in just a second. But the other thing I just want to make sure you're aware of, and I think we all know in the space, hopefully, that when's the best time to consider buying? In times of extreme fear and fear. So we're almost in the extreme fear zone. You can see back here on the, what day was that? February 26th. It was at a 10. I mean, that's almost a historical low. But now we're only in the 29 range, so not bad, especially when Bitcoin is maintaining here at, let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. It's still around $84,000. So, I mean, not too bad with a potential uptrend reversal signal. So really not too bad. So the fact it's hanging in there, pretty remarkable given the turmoil with the tariffs and the reactions in the market, and it's still hanging around. But I do want to show you this real quick, and then we'll go to LinkedIn because we've already did a video tonight on the signals that came out today. So take a look at that video. It's pretty good, about 12 minutes long. But look at this Bitcoin here. Again, TCP SuperSystem. Confirmed downtrend on February 3rd. Could have saved you all this pain, which isn't that much pain, but what was it? I mean, it was from 101,000 down to, we're in the low 80s. So that's, I mean, it's 20%, so plus, so not too bad. But and then you get some chop. Now we're getting some potential trend reversals. Now we just need the confirmation. And looking at the hot sensors down here at the bottom, we kind of got a mixed signal here. We got a crossover on the short-term ones, which is positive, but we're not quite there on the longer term, mid-term, and longer term ones. So got to watch that. Good news is the red line up here is your fast line on the mean reversion stats. It's above that red zone. It needs to stay above as these orange and blue lines move higher up through the opportunity zone, which is the green zone here. And then we want that thing going on up into the red. But that's Bitcoin, just real quick. So let's move over to LinkedIn real quick because there are some nuggets out there that everyone should be aware of. And I'm probably going to do a video tomorrow night on this Chainlink Labs Q1 quarterly review. There's some nice things in there. Not going to go over it line by line, but there's some nuggets in there. But I want to show you a couple of videos I came across. This is, again, regarding Bitcoin. This is the Bitwise CEO. Let's take a listen here.
Equity markets.
There has been this saying that if you have things that are liquid and you need to give it up, then you would sell. But you did not see liquid selling of Bitcoin as drastically this time around.
I think it's held up exceptionally well. I think Bitcoin bulls should be inspired by the performance, and it's set up to rally significantly if we get a period of stability in the broader equity markets. It's worth remembering the last time we had true economic chaos during the start of COVID, Bitcoin wicked down to $5,000 and even.
So going back to COVID, 5,000. We're so far away from 5,000. It's insanity. I think that's only a dream from here on out. With all the ETFs, you got states across the United States trying to pass legislation for Bitcoin treasury. You got corporations in the U.S. and around the world considering Bitcoin and other cryptos for corporate treasury strategies. You got ETFs. You got more ETF applications flowing in by the day. I mean, you got governments out there, which I believe is going to create Bitcoin game theory. You got companies like Strategy and Michael Saylor having, now they have over 500,000 Bitcoin. There's not that many to go around, ladies and gentlemen. They say 21 million. It's not 21 million. 4 or 5 million are lost. The whole 21 million hadn't even been mined yet. The last one won't even be mined until like the year 2142. Don't quote me exactly, but it's somewhere in that time frame. Over the next 100 years. So there's going to be a supply crunch. It's probably going to come very soon. Don't be shocked when Bitcoin's well over 150K. Not a prediction, not my target, but you got people out there saying $13 million of Bitcoin. So I'm sure as hell not selling. So, but let's keep going here.
And below that, today we're talking about $80,000. It's a different asset. It has a broader distribution of institutional ownership. And again, I think what it's telling you is once this market volatility stabilizes, we're going to see it return to new all-time highs and then beyond. It's really
Ding, ding.
a display of strength from my perspective.
What role does cryptocurrency play in a world where...
Oh, that's good enough there. So let's keep trucking here. Got a couple more things. Ondo, again, one of our favorites, and this is one I reposted, and I may read a little bit here. So Ondo Global Markets will do for the U.S. securities what stablecoins did for the U.S. dollar. Traditional markets are siloed and access restricted. Ondo Global Markets changes that, making tokenized equities fully composable with DeFi and globally accessible. Now, what I do hope is that the tokenization of stocks and equities creates a environment where you have 24/7 trading like they do with crypto. Because if they don't do that, I have a feeling the traditional equity market might just be left behind. But just as 220 billion in stable coins power trillions in on-chain transactions, tokenized equities on Ondo Global Markets can move freely and plug into DeFi applications. But look at this here. This is awesome. The U.S. equities market is 62 trillion. U.S. equities. What about global equities? 44 trillion in annual trading volume according to Trading Economics. So the opportunity to leverage Ondo Global Markets to access the trading volume and expand the market is massive. Now, granted, is everything going to be on Ondo? Probably not. You've got other blockchains out there that are going to be competing and are viable options. But that's just 62 trillion in the U.S. Probably hundreds of trillions around the world. It's a lot of flow. Let's see if I want to go into that. If you don't know Ondo, you need to look it up. But they're already tokenizing U.S. Treasuries as part of the BUIDL fund and in with BlackRock and other things. So check that out. It's pretty interesting. Again, XDC, another one of our favorite tokenization plays that no one really talks about. And they're going to the Token 2049 Dubai as a sponsor. When is that? April 30th to May 1st. Let's see. Obviously, they're going to be talking about real-world asset tokenization, DPIN, enterprise-grade blockchain use cases. I mean, it's right there. These are the things that no one talks about, and you just have to dig to find them. Because I don't see many people talking about XDC, and with trade finance and just tokenization, I mean, this one could be remarkable, especially given it's under 10 cents. Not financial advice. Let's keep going here. Here's another Bitcoin video that we shared from Eric Trump. Let's take a listen on this real quick. I always like to listen to his opinions. Oop, hang on.
And I truly, again, that's why I fell in love with crypto, and I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value, immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and something we're really excited about. Again, that's why.
Yeah, so there it is. Let's see. Of course, you always got Michael Saylor buying more Bitcoin. Of course, this was a couple of days, or yesterday, one day ago. Buys another 3,459 Bitcoin just for 285 million. Then last one here, just for a quick show tonight. Another XDC post. It looks like XDC partnered with Liquid. I don't know how you say that, but Liquid to tokenize 500 million in real-world assets in Brazil. Let's actually take a peek there. Partner to tokenize 500 million in USD real-world assets, marking a significant leap forward in Brazil's digital asset ecosystem. Shout out to my buddy Casey. You know who you are. This collaboration combines Liquid's local regulatory expertise with the XDC network's hybrid enterprise-grade blockchain infrastructure, enabling efficient, transparent, and scalable asset tokenization in Latin America's largest economy. Real-world asset adoption is coming, folks. And most people have absolutely no clue what's around the corner. And it's so sad because I believe in most of our lifetimes, this is probably the most impactful transformation that we could ever experience. And that's the changing of the financial system. And when we're on the ground floor, when retail's had the chance to actually beat institutions and corporations and governments to the punch, that's truly remarkable. And in our eyes, that is opportunities to create generational wealth from the ground level that could change families' trajectories for generations. It's truly remarkable. And it's really sad because probably 99% of the people will miss out on this just because of, whatever reasons. But again, it's just what we do. We don't tell people what to do. But and then it looks like another partnership with BlackRock and Anchorage Digital. I think that's a bank, a crypto bank. But that's pretty much it today. Again, check us out. There's links for our socials in the description. We do post a lot of our alerts coming out of the system in the Patreon page. You can join that for free. There's other options on there that you may want to check out. It gets you different types of access to me as the creator of that system. If you want that, certainly willing to discuss things one-on-one. Other than that, be blessed, best trading, and I hope you can learn something from our system as we want to bring this to ordinary people to give them insights into how we leverage it and what we can accomplish, because we are certainly generating what we would call alpha returns much greater than the 7% that everyone is so excited about in the traditional stock market. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hope you all have a good night. And again, we would appreciate you, any support you can give us to help grow the channel, because we're bringing this to you for free. And that super system was quite an undertaking that took me about 2 or 3 years. So certainly appreciate your attention and any help you can give us to help grow. Until next time, best trading.